Cool.
Okay, cool. So recording is live.
We're
So we kind
live.
of we kind of talked a little bit about who I am, what I like to do for coaching, and gave the whole typical rundown that I normally do. Um,
hmm
so you told me your goal is to beat your friend. You said they're a Marth slash Falco player. Um,
He could beat me with so many characters. He plays Marth, Sheik, Falco Fox, and Falcon,
okay,
and he beats me with all of them. For a while, he was a Marth main, but I think if we play, he really dislikes doing the Ditto, so he normally goes for Falco.
gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean the Ditto for whatever reason, and I say for whatever reason in the sense of like there's a million reasons to not like it. I feel. But generally speaking, no matter what level you play you're at, I would say the Marth Ditto is typically considered a not enjoyable one. Personally, I do really enjoy it, but losing it sucks because sometimes you can just lose in a really silly way in that matchup. So
Yeah, yeah, I totally know what you mean.
that's
I
how
was
that
just watching
goes.
you play Epoodle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
There's a match on YouTube of you playing Epoodle. It's a good match.
Yeah, that might have been from last year. Um,
Yeah, I forget when it was. It was, but yeah, it certainly
uh,
wasn't recent.
yeah, okay, yeah. I think I know which set you're talking about. Yeah, that tournament I got kind of owned. I got matchup checked in that matchup for sure. Just like didn't know what I was doing. Now I'm pretty confident I would win that one, but I'm pretty sure I know which set
Yeah,
you're talking about. Typically I used to be really, but he got,
Epoodle's pretty dang good too.
yeah, I was gonna say I used to be really
I
favored against him,
yeah.
but he's gotten pretty good in the past little bit. So I'd be interested to see because he does play
hmm
a lot differently than I do. Um, but yeah, so as far as like your goal, right? Like just trying to get an idea of
Uh-huh.
like what it is you're here for specifically. Like, um, a lot of people, like I said at the beginning, they kind of come into coaching and they're like, well, I just want to get better generally, which is like fine.
hmm
That's not an issue because I like obviously I'm pretty good myself. Like I can help you point you in the right direction for how to do that quicker than doing it all by yourself. But what I would say is like you should try and be as specific as possible when it comes to trying to learn. Like, do you have any maybe any other hobbies you've done like creatively or that kind of involve a lot of self improvement stuff? Like, are you into any instruments or the gym or anything like that?
Yeah, I have a lot of hobbies. I
Okay.
play the guitar,
Okay. Cool.
I run,
Nice.
I'm a writer.
Okay. No, that's awesome. Okay. Perfect. So yeah,
Yeah.
let's use guitar playing as an example, right? Like, my
hmm
take is like there are people who come into playing, right? And they just want to learn like Master of Puppets or, whatever metal song and they just want to hit like a cool solo from day one, right? And you sit down and you start trying to learn the notes and then all of a sudden it feels like a bunch of memorization versus like uh and like expecting you to expect being expected to execute on it versus like if you were to go in with an understanding of like the fretboard, how to actually like place your hands, how to do XYZ, right? Like you could probably play a really ugly version of a solo, but if you learn all the other stuff first and are a little bit specific with what you want to learn going into it, I find it's a lot easier to actually one learn it, but two execute on it better. You know, um,
Yeah.
so like and the thing similar to learning an instrument because I also play guitar, so I'm just trying to make it a parallel here. But um,
hmm
melee is similar to learning an instrument in the sense that like there are different ways to get good at something, right? So like there are players who play Marth very aggressively with threatening movement and they are really good at like overshooting and putting on pressure of like what could be an option, right? Or there are players
Yeah.
who are really really good defensively. They've mastered crouch canceling and whiff punishing, and both players may have a really strong punish tree because that's just generally like if you're no matter how you get the hit, you need to hit hard, right? Um,
Yeah.
I think guitar playing you can do it the same way, right? Like some people jump in and they're just playing songs that they know and they kind of get a feel for like what's around on the fretboard. Other players will go in and learn scales and they're just going to learn it that way, right? Some people try and learn chords and they try and learn different chord progressions and try and like get a feel for like how things should sound or maybe how different progressions work, yada yada. Um, and so I think the biggest thing when it comes to melee or just learning things in general is like the more specific you are with what kind of things it is that you struggle with or that you know you want to learn about, the easier it is to improve at those things. Does that make sense? So like a very
Yeah.
common thing for Smash players is they'll play someone and then like whether it be in tournament or online or whatever, um, used to be pretty common for online back in the day, but like you play someone in a set that you really tried hard at and you lose, or more commonly you lose than you win, but you lose and then you message them, hey man, what, that was GG's, you played great, really love, you give them some compliment or whatever, and then you say, what can I do, what could I have done better? And it's like, as
Hmm.
the player in the better seat there, if I have like 10 years of guitar playing experience and your notes are off, your finger placement's bad, you're off key a little bit here, your strum patterns aren't good, like, you know, you could say the same thing. Man, well, yeah, you could work on your edge guards, you could work on your punish, your neutral, your defense. So when you ask a question like, how can I get better? You could rephrase it and be like, well, how could I get better at punishing? And then like, sure, there's maybe a million things you could do to get better at punishing, but then it's easier for someone to let you know, like, okay, well, this is like the thing I think you need to work on the easiest, right? Or the most, sorry.
Yeah.
Or like maybe they'll give you the most relevant advice in their opinion, and you take it from there. Um, so with all that in mind,
Uh-huh.
um, my thing, if you want to take this and we're gonna run and try and make it so that you can beat your friend, there's a couple different ways you can go about it. The easiest, of course, would be to just watch a couple matches of him and you playing, just Slippy files, which you can just send through Discord. I think I was showing off in notes. Like, I can literally just drop the game files in Discord and just download them and watch them in the replay viewer. Um,
Yeah, yeah, I've done that.
or
Well,
we could look
hmm.
at some of your matches against players that are roughly at your skill level, try and identify some of your weaknesses, and take it from there, and try and
Yeah.
build upon that. Because the end goal, if we're going to be working together long term, if this is something you think that works for you, uh,
Hmm.
ideally we build upon what we talk about every lesson, right? And so you get like a comprehensive game plan. That's something I'm pretty big on, is like establishing what you
Yeah.
should, maybe shouldn't be doing, and giving you reasons why, right? So
Yeah. Uh, so you mean I should send you like the Discord files, for example, now? I came to this so unprepared. I don't even think I have Discord installed on this computer.
that's okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
no.
Well, I
But
mean,
I do have Slippy files of me playing against my friend and him beating
sure.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
Although I'd have to like kind of, is there an easy way to comb through them? I guess there is, right?
Well, yeah. So I mean, here you can see my screen.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
if I open Slippy here, right, you can see here, if I just go to like the Slippy folder on the
Oh
left,
yeah. Okay.
um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
usually the way it looks, like mine are all sorted by month. That's like a setting you can enable here. I think just like save to whatever. But um, you can also have it so that they can be anywhere on your computer, right? You just sort them out. So yeah, what would be the
Yeah, I know.
easiest?
I know where they are on the file. Okay, okay.
Okay.
Here I am
So yeah, you can
in
just
Discord.
uh, you
And
can
and
either,
give me a moment and I could find the files between me and
sure, yeah,
my friend. His name is Jackie,
okay,
if you
cool,
want to know.
sure, yeah, no, that's totally fine.
The quest to beat Jackie,
There you go. So
you
yeah, I
know?
mean the easiest way is like you just select it in the browser, you click on it, and once you see a number, you can just drag and drop into Discord, and then just send.
Okay, perfect.
So whether
Okay.
you're on your phone or you're,
When was the last time we played? Uh-huh. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through it now.
no, no, that's
Ah,
okay.
okay. All right, here's one. What do you
So
want to see? Do you want to see against a Sheik, against a Fox, against
it's
a
totally up to
Falco? We
you.
could do a Falco. How's that?
Sure,
Yeah.
whichever you prefer. I would say, generally speaking, normally you should come
Hmm.
with like a matchup in mind that you want to talk about, like or a character rather. But
Yeah.
if you're ever unsure, I would typically recommend someone that you play often, in the sense of like you run into them on unranked, or like a lot of people who get coaching are going to tournaments. Like characters that are common for their bracket path in their region, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's well for me. Falco. I suppose it's good to start with Falco or Fox. Start with the spacey.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Upload a file. I'm sorry this is taking so long.
No, no, you're
I
good.
I'm unprepared for this.
That's
Yeah.
totally fine. Um, so I mean,
Hmm.
while you're pulling up, but I don't want to like waste your time or
Yeah.
anything. Like, let's uh let's talk about like how what you think goes on when you're playing Spacies. Like, what kind of things are
Uh-huh.
happening in game that either you just have a lot of questions on, or um, things that you think are difficult or you'd like to be able to do, or yada yada.
Well, I think my movement is not bad. I
Okay.
mean, everything can be improved at any
Sure.
time.
Yeah. Right. We were talking about that
Um,
earlier.
but I don't think my movement is like my weakest point. I think it's I think I just don't have a good punish tree,
Okay.
basically.
Sure. Yeah. That's fine.
As in, once I do get an opening, I don't capitalize on it.
Mm-hmm. And
But I mean,
why do
I
you
don't know.
think
I'm
that's
doing
the
so many
case?
things wrong. I think it's hard to focus on one thing I'm
No, I mean
doing wrong.
that's
But I
fair,
think
right?
if I could, but I think if I could capitalize more effectively on the openings I do get, it would
Mm-hmm.
at least solve quite a. It would get me much further than I am.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm having trouble. I can't like I could find the game I want to see,
Okay.
but then okay, reveal location. But then it doesn't. I can't like drag and drop it into
Discord. Yeah, you may have to
Discord.
select it first. Like when I do it, right? Like I have to like click on it
Uh-huh.
first, so I get like the delete
Yeah.
clear options, and then I can click and drag. Um, maybe
Okay, okay, okay.
if you're on the
Yeah, I think
browser version,
that
I
was
don't
my
know if that
problem.
works the same, but I use the Discord app on my computer. Um,
Yeah, I'm gonna download that after our
sure, yeah,
conversation, so I'll have it. But this worked. Okay.
okay, cool.
All right. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
here you
this,
go.
but there you go.
Yep, perfect. Um,
Do you like my tag, Unskilled Roy?
yeah, it's pretty sweet.
You know that
I like that.
an unskilled
Ironically,
Roy can
I thought
lose
you
to
were
any fox.
a Discord Smurf or something, because I have another student. Doesn't They have it shortened right now, but their tag is Skilled Roy. You can see it here. Um, so that is pretty funny. That
Well, now you got both.
yeah. Um. Anyway, uh, yeah. So let's check
See,
out
I think my
this.
friend he comes at it with like obviously you'll see he's not in the top 100 anywhere close,
Right. Yeah.
but he has a solid game plan. He comes in and he's prepared for what I'm going to do, and then he's prepared to punish what I do.
Okay. So I'm just gonna do a quick watch through of this, like
Well,
just while you and I chat here. So you can ignore what's on the screen for the
yeah.
moment. You mentioned earlier that you think you have a weak punish. I want to know why you think you'd have a weak punish versus like what I think I'm gonna tell you. So just why generally, like when you
Okay.
say you're
What?
dropping stuff, why do you feel like that's the case?
Um. Well, when I get a grab, or when I get when I s- well, let's focus on grabs. When I get a grab,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I just don't get a lot out of it.
Okay.
It doesn't really lead to anything significant a lot of the time.
And is that because you think like are you dropping the grabs, or like when you get a hit, like they're just not like converting into
No,
anything,
I
or
think I basically don't. Yeah, I think I basically it's ignorance. I think I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. I think it's that simple.
okay, yeah, no, I mean that's totally
Because I
fair.
started playing Marth
Mm-hmm.
about a month ago. For the longest time, I was playing Captain Falcon.
Okay.
Then I played Roy for a while, and then I got frustrated with Roy.
Yeah.
Um, so I switched to Marth, but I often just feel like I throw it's sort of like I throw the character and then I'm like, wait, what do I do?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
then
Okay.
that's pretty much how it ends.
No, I hear you. Um, okay, well, I definitely think you could learn about
Um,
DI for sure. Not in the sense of like your survival DI or anything like that, like getting in and out of
Yeah.
combos, but like abusing DI to make your punishes big.
Yeah, that's hmm
That could be one thing I would recommend. The other thing I'm seeing a lot of the time when I'm watching you just play right now, your movement is pretty good, like you said, but you are getting stuck in a lot of spots. And I mean, that is common at lower levels when you're playing
that's
against
true.
Falco, right? Um, because Falco, like
hmm
his whole thing, right, is using the
I'm doing
lasers
a
to kind of.
terrible approaching nares. I'm trying to stop doing that.
Yeah, that would be ideal for sure. I mean, even like that drifting forward air, like you get
Yeah.
the hit here, but I mean, this does leave you pretty wide open right here.
Yeah.
Um, but what I'm seeing is like a
hmm
lot of stuff like this. Like it may not look like it's a really long time, but like this like neutral B into like the F smash, and that's slow, into the down tilt, and then not moving as instantly as you
Yeah.
can out of it, and then standing still and reacting and grabbing, and then grabbing and then just standing still, and like still like neutral B again, another down tilt, and it's a lot of like in play stuff,
Yeah.
and this is something a lot of people really struggle with melee at first, especially when they're playing Falco or playing against Falco, excuse me. Um, that's
hmm
like Falco's whole thing is he makes it hard for you to move, right? And so here you actually do a really good thing, which is like when you get hit by the laser after your dash dance, right? You waste quite literally no time. You do a frame perfect dash right out of it, right? And dash right underneath his up air, right? And you're able to get out of there instantly.
Mm.
Sure, you whiff the dash attack, and I don't know if necessarily you were trying to get under the up air, more so like it looks like you wanted to hit him when he was over here still, right? But
Yeah.
that is like what ideally you want to do in the spot, right? So I would say
Yeah.
I don't
I,
like
I
I don't have to watch
I've been
much
trying to put
more.
that thing.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, it's over anyway. But yeah, sorry, go ahead. What were you gonna
Well,
say?
I tried to put that feature on Uncle Punch where it tells you how many frames you have out of lag or out of shield, out of jump squat, things like this.
Okay.
And yeah, I could all of that could definitely be improved.
Well, what I'll recommend for you, this isn't like super important, but may helpfully help you while you're playing. Um, this is a website that has codes you can add to just melee itself. So like
hmm
you can check here, like if I go to my cheat codes, my gecko codes, right? This is like a mod, so I don't play this when it doesn't work anyway when it's normal melee, but like I have stuff in here like my character will flash red if I miss an L cancel, or this is how you enable like widescreen, or blah blah blah. One of the codes that's in
Oh,
here
that's cool.
um, that I think would be helpful for you would be turn green when actionable. So like when you're standing still, your character is going to turn a bright shade of green. Um, this is really good for speeding you up because you'll know if you're actionable or not, right? And you'll be able to see in real time, like, am I
Oh,
actually
wow.
moving or am I just stuck here? And then there's a guide at the top here that shows you like
Yeah.
how to add the codes, but then you just show the code here, right? And this is how you. So anyway, that's that, right? And here's the flash red on missed L cancel, right? Your character will flash red. A lot of cool stuff in
Yeah.
here.
The weird thing is like I could, L canceling is not a problem for me. I practice it also in Uncle Punch, but
Hmm.
then I look at my stats in a match and I have like so many missed L cancels in the
Yeah.
heat of the moment, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, and like that can happen for one reason or the other. What I'd recommend we talk about today, because like moving is one thing, right?
hmm
Like being able to
Yeah.
move is separate from knowing why you're moving. Does that make sense? So like
Yeah.
they're like, why is it that you have to move after getting hit by a Falco laser? Or why is it that I want to be able to move with a wave dash versus like a dash in some spots, right? That would be like we're
hmm
talking about neutral and spacing a little bit more. Um, this green one here is just going to speed you up when you're playing because you're going to be like, oh shoot, I want to be moving, right? Like I should be moving here, not staying where
Yeah.
I am, right? Um, what I recommend we talk about today, if
hmm
you're wanting to like hit harder, is DI mix-ups.
Yeah.
Um, and that will give you a sense of like what to do out of a chain grab and stuff, okay? And like when you get a grab specifically.
Okay.
against any character. This is more of like a fundamental concept in the game. Okay. So
Yeah.
there are videos that talk about this, so I'll link you them also. They go a little bit more in depth, and you kind of just are trying to get the understanding of like in versus out, right? But basically, this is like the idea. I'm just trying to see if I can get a good one here. Probably this first one is probably the best one. I'm just trying to make sure. I'll link you the first one here. This one, this guy in general, this Radar, he has a lot of good beginner-friendly content, but my opinion is that he often goes a little too far in depth, where he's just he overdumps info, like he info dumps on you basically. So
Yeah.
the info is there, but a lot of it likely will not be relevant, in my opinion. So, but this is what we're going to be talking about today. Okay, this is the TLDR, even though, like I said, I think he goes too in depth. So we're gonna give you practical examples right now. That's like the big thing here. So I'm gonna boot up. Oh, I already have it open. I'm gonna boot up Uncle Punch, and we'll kind of take things from there. Okay. So yeah, I mean, when I'm watching you play, the two biggest things I'm seeing is one, you don't really hit many combos. Maybe like there's a lot of single hits or like 2-hit pieces, but that's kind of it. And two, you get stuck a lot when you're playing against Falco, but even you're getting stuck on your own, right? So you're doing a lot of, excuse me, just 1 second.
Wait, sorry, I tried to switch you to my computer, but then I realized my computer actually doesn't have a microphone.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, yeah, you can stay on as long as you can see Melee here, like you're fine to stay on your phone. Your quality is like fine. Can you see the game all right?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So when I'm watching you play, right, the biggest thing I'm seeing, like let's say I have Falco in the corner or on the ledge or whatever, right? You're doing a lot of stuff like this. You'll do like F smashes, down tilts, neutral Bs, right? And
I've tried to stop doing those neutral Bs.
Well, yeah, the neutral Bs especially.
I think that was a bad Roy habit.
But even like let's say like the F smash and the down tilt stuff, right? If I'm like really pointing this out here, like we can see, let's see, I'll make this go like as close as I can get to him without it actually hitting him. Like the F smash just a little bit in front of his arm here, right? And then the down tilt, we're gonna have to do this. Sorry, I'm just trying to.
How did you split down?
Sorry, yeah, I just have it set to frame by frame right now.
Oh, cool.
So the down tilt, like a little bit about the same distance. The F smash is gonna reach a little further here, but like we can see it goes like just underneath this. Like can you see my mouse here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So like just a little bit behind this line here, like basically where this like little purple line, there's a little bit of a divot. But like the S smash goes a little past it if we're lining this line up here, right? It goes basically to the metal ring. So it's a good, like doing a lot of the moves in place here gives you a good sense of like, okay, like how far do my moves reach? Like F smash is a little bit further than the end of my jab. It's a little bit further than my down tilt. The F tilt also is my furthest reaching move, you know. But like really, if I'm talking about like how hard is it to punish things like this, like practice it till I want to do reversal training. Like if I set this Marth here to do a lot of this same stuff, like if I'm a defending player against the stuff that you're doing, like all I have to do is attack out of shield, right? And then, well, he hit me there because I got shield poked. But the idea, right, is like I can hit you easily, right? So it doesn't actually like help you because I'm able to hit you, right? If you're in place. Marth's biggest strength is like when he hits someone. Let's say, and I have Marth doing like, Marth has one of the biggest grabs in the game, right? So this is like a pretty good example. Like Marth is able to move out of the way and then hit someone immediately, right? Because he has so much range here. If they grab, I'm able to still hit them, right? So like, sure, I can try and space like this and get it perfectly and not get grabbed. Even then, sometimes I do. But if I move, it's much, much easier, right, to never really get hit. Even if I do like a drift in there, you know, I can move out of the way first,
Yeah.
right? So that is like a big reason why you need to be moving right away and being comfortable doing so before, like, rather than just stay in one place, right? Because like I can like space this perfectly, and it's hard to get there in the heat of a moment, but it is possible because Marth has range also. But his
Yeah.
biggest strength is like, well, I can just get out of there like instantly if I just do a dash, even if I have a bad one, like just by moving a little bit, I'm able to space myself, right?
Yeah.
So that's one issue.
You know, one thing, I think my movement gets worse
Mm-hmm.
when I'm playing a match because I've been trying to really, really focus on my opponent's character.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so when I'm focusing on my own character, obviously I'm at a low level. When I focus on my own character, I can control it fairly well. But
Yeah.
then when I'm really focused on my opponent, then I end up just getting stuck. Like I'm not even looking at what I'm doing,
Right.
quite literally.
Well, that's good, I would say. Like,
It's not second nature yet.
yeah, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you can like not kill yourself, literally just not like run off the
Uh-huh.
stage and air dodge off stage or whatever, and you're able to keep your eyes. I would say, generally speaking, you should be looking at your opponent more than you ever look at yourself when you're playing. When I'm moving around right now, I'm doing this all without looking at my character. And obviously, like, there are times where I'm going to have to, like, if I'm getting off the ledge, maybe I want to look at the other character. But sometimes if they're really far away and I want to do, like, a ledge dash, like, straight down like this, well, I want to make sure that I'm actually getting the right jump animation, not, like, messing it up, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is, like,
Yeah.
by looking at the other character first, like, some characters, they go around the stage, like, super fast, right? Like, if Captain Falcon and Fox are both, like, some of the fastest characters in the game, well, if they jump at me, right, I only have so much time to react to them jumping at me before they're already there because they're that fast, right? So if I'm looking at myself and then I look
Yeah.
at them, they could be halfway across the stage by then. But if I'm looking at them the whole time, I can react right away, So it is good, I would say, and I would recommend keeping your eyes on your opponent the whole time. That's genuinely something a lot of people don't think about. Like, some people like to look at the space in between them. Some people like to look at themselves, but I would say always look at your opponent, because when looking at your opponent, you
Okay.
can kind of like eye check, like the example would be in like a 3D space, right? You can kind of see out of the corner of your eye what's around you. When you're looking at your opponent, nothing else, the only thing that's going to hit you is your opponent, So nothing else in between here really
Yeah.
matters as much, because you can kind of like just from a distance see how far away you are. And eventually you get better at getting for a feel of that, right? If you're trying to, get a hit. But anyway, let's talk about, so that's like some movement things I would recommend you practice, which is just keeping your eye on your opponent, changing that green standstill so it's a lot easier to see when you're not actionable, and just be comfortable like moving around, right? So let's talk about comboing. So the general, like, are
Yeah.
you a little bit familiar with DI and how that works in this game? And it's okay if you're not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not particularly good at, but I know how it works. I've watched
Okay, that's
a
good.
lot of videos on Smash DI
Okay.
and ASDI and
So you know what I mean
so
when
on
I'm
and so
saying
forth.
like DI in, DI out, basically, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay. So the main thing you need to understand to like make a combo happen in this game is some moves always send out a certain trajectory, and some moves have a lot more room for interpretation, right? And so what I mean by that, if I hit Falco with a forward air here, it doesn't matter if I'll set him his DI behavior to random and Uncle Punch. Shoot, sorry, I'm just trying to make us save a space here. It never matters if I send him. Sorry, I'm just trying to not hit up on the D-pad here. My D-pad's a little broken right now.
Yeah.
I taunt a little more when I mean to in Uncle Punch. If I hit Falco here, right? it doesn't matter which way he DIs. He's almost always sent forward and outwards, right?
Yeah.
A little bit up, a little bit down. Maybe he goes into the stage, whatever, right? If I hit him with an up tilt, he could be sent up like here. I'm going to move his percent down to 30,
Mm-hmm.
40, whatever. He could be sent behind me like this. He could be sent me really far behind me like that. And there's room there, right? And the same thing with an up air, right? He could be sent behind me like this. He could have, I'm trying to get no DI.
Mm-hmm.
He could just get sent straight up like this. You know, the idea is you're always influencing in one way or another, right? So what I'm trying to get at here is you want to abuse the fact that you know which way your moves send on DI in and DI out, right? If I have Falco DI away here on my up air the move being like where he can DI any direction, he's always going to go off stage. Or like if I do it like this way, right? He's always going to go off stage, right? And if you know your percents a little bit, you can hit something like that, right? Like if you know there's enough stun on like an up air, you can go for like a forward smash. And if he's holding out on the forward smash, well, it might tipper, and then, you know, he's holding out on a tipper forward smash. Do you get what I'm saying? But like at a percent like this, sorry? I just didn't hear
So I said, so he's dead.
Yeah, he'd be
He's
dead.
holding out on a tipper up.
Yeah, exactly, right? But what I'm saying is, from the Falco's perspective, even though he held, like, let's say, out on this first up air, he doesn't know, I'm just missing some L cancels here, if I'm going to grab here right away and keep a combo going, like this, or if I'm just going to do up air into F smash, right? So he has to kind of like guess, basically, in a spot like this, which way.
Yeah, it's like flipping a coin, really.
A little bit, yeah. But it's like a coin that both of you are influencing at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Or like, let's say.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I guess he has to guess it, but either way, it's good for you.
Well, not necessarily. So here's what I'm trying to get at, right? Up air is a good move on FD because it has a lot of stun, and you almost always know which way it's going to send, right? Or sorry, you almost always, it's in a lot of stun. I messed up my wording there. Up air has a lot of stun, but you almost always have enough time to get a follow-up off it, right? So it's a really reliable,
right?
Like, you almost always want to go for like an up air at a spot like this, right? But whether or not it's good for me would change a lot, actually, with platforms in the way, right? If I'm doing these same up air combos, and let's say, how do I do this? I'm just trying to make an example here. Okay, here. I meant to pick Yoshi's, excuse me. Let's say, back at the same spot, right? I have him DIing out all the time, right? If I have him DI out off an up air, maybe I'll put him like 70, right? He might go off stage and I can follow up off it, right? Like, it doesn't matter what he does, I can get my follow-ups. But I'd have to do this in training mode to do multiple hits at a time. So just give me 1 sec. Sorry, I'm just setting it up. He's going to be at 70%. And his first hit is going to be out. His second hit is going to be in. Okay, actually third hit, because I want him to DI out on the up air also. There we go. So, did that see? Okay, good. We know the up air is going to send him away here, right? So even though it's good that, like, yes, I can have him be any spot here, right? Or any try to make him not taunt. Any direction. Or I can get a follow-up no matter which way he DIs on the first up air. Well, if he DIs in on this other one now, I don't get a direct follow-up here because he lands on a platform, and there's ways he can get out of the combo now thanks to the platform, right? Like if I go try and hit him, better players are able to do things like slide off DI, or like I can't easily just get a kill from like one hit here, right? See how he DI'd away and I need time to follow up off it? There's completely different outcomes here. But the point I'm trying to make is like, even though sure I got a hit on the first one, on the first hit here, he got out of the combo, or at least made it 10 times harder for me to follow up on, right? So what you need to do in a position like this is like when you know you have a combo that's guaranteed here, this first up throw up air that you're getting, now your job is to say, okay, well, I know I can get an up air here at a spot like this, right? But now I need to be considering, well, which way do I think he's going to be holding? Kind of like what we were saying earlier. It's a coin flip, but you can use a little bit of game state and intuition to kind of make that decision, right? So like, let's say if I've played this guy enough times, or I've been in this scenario enough times, that I know if I hit an up air and he goes in, he's going to go to the top platform, and this is going to be really difficult for me now, right? Well, instead, if I know let's talk about other moves, right? We talked about earlier how we know that forward air, no matter what, it's always going to send out, right? Different than the up air move where they can go any direction based on their DI. Forward air is just different flavors of out. Do you get what I'm saying? So if they hold out, like out, and when I say out, I mean off stage, of course. If they are holding off stage, when I hit them with the forward air, well, they're going to go really far into a forward air, and now I'm going to get an edge guard, right? But if they hold in on a forward air, what do you think is going to happen?
10 combo?
Yeah, pretty much, right? Like because the forward air always sends, we can do it like this. This will maybe be the easiest way to kind of make it without losing the game state here. I'm just trying to grab a screenshot. There we go. We're going to throw this in Paint. You can see me drawing in here real quick, like just in the Paint app.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if I know...
This is cool.
Let's say forward air. I'm going to make my brush a lot bigger. Is always going to send out, right? And if I... Like this way. And I know he's DIing in this way. Left plus right. I know it's kind of hard to see, but like the idea is because his direction and his direction influence are combining, it's going to look something like this by the time it's done. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's like trigonometry.
Yeah, basically, right? I'm not good at math, so that probably is the right word. I'm not going to argue on that point. What I'm getting at here, there are benefits to using moves where they have total control over their DI and where they have less control over their DI, right? Or in other words, they have total control of their direction and less control of their direction, right? So like the up air and forward air stuff I'm talking about is really, really good because anytime you get an up throw with Marth at a higher percent, you almost always can hit one of the two against almost every character in the game. Right? At the higher percents.
Yeah.
So let's just do it frame by frame. I don't know if I'm going to hit him here, so my timing and spacing might be off, but like if I do forward air here and he goes up, or he holds in, see how he just goes kind of like straight up for a combo here? Right?
Yeah.
And then I can go for a Ken combo or something. So let me turn off the frame advance. We'll do it in real time. Oh, wrong throw. Oh, so instead of the up air, right? Now I do a forward air, and because he's holding in, like you said, I can just go for a Ken combo now. Right? And then, you know, it's going to send out all the time. So maybe now he just, depending on what hitbox I hit him with, right, I could do like rising up air like that and maybe combo it like that, right? Because he's at a higher enough percent where he's going to go really high up from the forward air versus just like a little bit, right? Here he's like, it's a little bit too
Yeah.
much if I do it like that. I could still make it happen maybe, but like much easier I could just do that, right? And that probably is enough to just kill him.
Yeah. Into
Um
up B.
yeah,
Yeah.
right? But like, or I could even just do this like, oh, excuse me.
Is there a name for the forward air into up B?
Yeah, we actually call it the European Ken combo. Um, the reason
Oh,
being the European version of Melee used to be all the Europeans play on the American version of the game now, but the
yeah.
European version of the game used to have different balance changes, and one of them was that Marth down air wasn't like a true kill. When you do it, you'd cancel the momentum you get for it. So all the
You could
European
meteor
Marths would do
cancel.
up B. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they can meteor cancel.
Uh,
So the European
that's
Marths would all
interesting.
have to do up B instead, which a little weaker, but like whatever. But yeah, like I could even just do like that, right? Like two forward airs, like that, something like that, right? Like there's the point being, it opens up like I've stopped him from going to the platform, and now I'm pushing him out, right? That's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
So this is the main thing you have to be considering when comboing someone, right? The platformers
Yeah.
make it really hard because ideally you don't want to let them land on the platforms for the most part. I don't mind if they land on like the platform here, because now I can get like a tip or F smash if they're, actually knocked down onto it and have to stay on it.
Hmm.
But like I'm not gonna go for it when he's just landing like this as much, because like maybe he shields, maybe he jumps, maybe maybe. Um,
Hmm.
Whereas like if I can influence where they go with my move and there's enough stun on it, there's a lot less maybes happening, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. But do you get kind of what I'm saying? Where like the difference
Yeah.
between like there are moves where they have total control and moves where they only have a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it'll take some time for me to implement this in the
Yeah,
heat
of
of the
course.
moment, but
Of course.
the theory I understand.
Okay. So that's all I'm concerned with right now. So let me give you some practical examples of like how you can implement it, right? With platform stages, it's the hardest. So people will always say like, oh, well, Marth on FD is like one of the most broken things in the game, and they're not like wrong for it. He's pretty strong on this stage for a lot of reasons. But one of the biggest ones is because Marth has so much stun on a lot of his because Marth has so much stun on like a lot of his moves out of a grab, like just initially, right?
Hmm.
I don't think he's DIing here at all. Like the bot, I'm not paying attention to his DI so much.
Yeah.
But like I almost always just have a follow up either way, as long as, I hit him with the right move. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like better players here, I actually can give you an example just with like some combos that I have on like my Twitter account or whatever. We could even just watch like a combo video, like
Yeah.
Mewtwo King Marth combo video, right? Because they're gonna post like a million of the same combos, right? This is like a
Yeah.
combo video that was popular when I first got into the game. I didn't start in 2012, but it was still popular. So this is a combo video 14 years ago. It's going to teach you the same thing. Mewtwo King is hitting a bunch of up airs, right? Up air has so
Hmm.
much stun on them. But all he's looking for here is like, think about it from the opponent's perspective, right? They don't want to go
Yeah.
off stage against Mewtwo King. At the time, Mewtwo King was known for like, you go off
He's
stage
the king
against
of edge
Mewtwo King.
guards.
Sorry?
He's
Yeah,
the king of edge guards.
yeah, exactly, right? Like you would never make it back against a Mewtwo King edgeguard. Zane is Zane. Like Zane is like completely overcome Mewtwo King on that one. But point being, right? Like let's look at how he's DIing here. So he doesn't DI the first up air because this is 2012. But
Yeah.
now after not DIing, like he's just not going off stage, right? Now when he gets grabbed, he's holding in towards the stage. So what does Mewtwo King do? He goes for an up air. Combo should have ended here, but it's 2012. Like I said, punish wasn't as advanced. Mewtwo King catches his double jump as a read here, which is like that's meta at the time.
Hmm.
Now he holds away because he doesn't want to like get hit by some Mewtwo King stuff on the top platform. And so now which way do you think he's gonna go? I would say he is more likely to hold in still because he doesn't want to get hit by an edge guard here, right? But
Right.
because he's holding in, instead of going for like more up airs or a nair or an up B or anything, Mewtwo King goes for a forward air, forces him off stage, and because he's holding in when Mewtwo King went for the forward air, it's gonna go for a Ken combo. In this case, the European one, but still.
Yeah.
And then that's what actually kills them, right? Most older combo videos, it's kind of a joke at this point, but they're typically holding in on most of the combos back then, right? But it's just because
Yeah.
it's at a time when the game was so like straightforward in the sense of like you hold in to live, you hold out to get out of a combo, right? And most people were just so scared of Mewtwo King, they're holding in for the most part. So that's why he has a lot of combos. But like same thing here. This is Armada's Peach. He's holding in on a forward air, holding in. But that's why Mewtwo King is able to hit all these up airs, these forward airs, right?
Yeah.
Armada gets out of these if he holds out on a forward air. But Mewtwo King could maybe straight up his edge guard, right? Here, Falco's holding out. Get me out of the chain grab. Now it's mixing him up. Out on the chain grab. Out on the chain grab. So Mewtwo King runs off the platform up airs. That's just a combo. No DI on that because it's unexpected. In on the chain grab, right? Because he's like, don't put me off stage. Send me back to the center of the stage. So Mewtwo King, what does he do? He sends an up tilt, which up tilt, if you hit it on just a regular CPU, always sends you behind Marth, like, right? It sends you like this way, right?
Yeah.
So sends this guy not like all the way back because he's holding in towards the stage here. So it's going to pop him right back in for more combo. Mewtwo King just puts him back off stage with an up
Does
tilt
it say who
again.
this Falco is?
Excuse me?
Does it say who the Falco is in the video?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Um,
It doesn't matter.
yeah.
Just out of curiosity.
No, I mean, it's totally fine. Yeah, right? Like, here, this forces him out now. It's a bit of a weird one, but it works. The idea is there. And now it's just all edgeguard from here, right? He held out on the move that sent him off stage. So instead of trying to force a combo now, Mewtwo King recognizes that he's been sent out, right? So look how he's not jumping or reacting or doing anything. Or jumping or trying to force something and keep the combo going. He's just reacting at the top of the stage and just edgeguarding now, and he's dead. From all this from a grab at 0%, you know? And it's not like this is a perfect, optimized, 0 to death combo like it would be today, right? Like the Falco had chances to get out here, but the idea is still all there. And Mewtwo King is like, so you can watch a lot of old Mewtwo King, or I would recommend more Mewtwo King, Pew Pew, Kadoran. Kadoran's like the modern day Mewtwo King if we're really making comparisons here. Zane's Mewtwo King in the sense that like he's the best Marth, but if there's a Marth that actually plays the most like Mewtwo King right now, it'd probably be Kadoran.
Yeah, I don't think I could really realistically learn anything from Zane. He's too good.
You could learn something from every player, but a lot of this trying to emulate Zane is difficult. Where I think a lot of like older Mewtwo King stuff is very emulatable, right? In the sense of like comboing like Mewtwo King, not his decision making a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes like you can like with Marth, you can kind of just do some of the same moves. Like here, this Ganon DI'd in on the first forward air, DI'd out on the other one trying to get out of the combo. But he's at such a high percent, it's basically an edge guard for him anyway, so he just dies, right?
Yeah.
And he gets hit by that. Here, right? No DI, just keeping him in the stage, which this is something old players used to do because people used to not be as good as forcing DI mix-ups, but this is just how it was a long time ago. So they're doing no DI. You can think of this as the same thing as trying to get to the top platform. Mewtwo King is, you're not DIing anything? Okay, here's an F smash, send you all the way out stage, right? So that is like, do you get what I'm saying though? Like, and now that he's off stage, it's just edgeguard time, and that's it. Right?
Yeah.
So all I'm trying to get at, without giving you like, at this percent do this, at this percent do this, in this position do that, right? Like, I'm trying to make you think about like, when you see someone is just always DIing away on certain things or always DIing this way, that is your time to change what you do the next time you get in a spot like that, or like catch them by surprise, right? So like, let's take this back to the actual game you were playing. You said you were struggling a lot It's like, why are people falling out of my grabs and stuff like that?
Yeah.
The main thing at the lower percents is like something like neutral air. There's just not enough stun on it for it to combo into anything. So it's not really the strongest move to
Yeah.
hit at a low percent, right? For
Yeah.
comboing.
I'm really trying to get myself out of this habit,
That's okay.
the neutral air habit.
Yeah, and like I said, you already mentioned
Also,
it. Yeah, go ahead.
the yeah,
What were
and
you
also
saying?
the neutral B too.
Yeah,
I don't know why I did that.
that's
I'm
fine.
trying to I'm trying to remove all of these habits because I could see them being problematic.
For sure.
Yeah.
Um, but like, let's say when you get a hit, we'll go ahead, right? This is just a down
Uh-huh.
tilt, so this is just an edge guard. Kate, you got an edge guard. Let's look at when he's at some higher percents. Here we go. So you get what? An up air, which has a lot of stun, right? It's not perfect, but you make it work. You get an up
Yeah.
tilt. He doesn't DI it, so he gets popped straight up on the strong hit. You turn around, go for another up tilt. He's holding. So which way do you think he's holding right now? Based on the fact that he went straight up from the up tilt.
Um,
This may
I
be a
suppose
trickier
he's
one.
holding away from me
Yeah. He's holding to the
because it
left.
would should send behind me, but it hasn't.
Exactly. Yeah, you got it. Up tilt sends behind you. He went straight up, so that means he's holding to the left, right? So he's at a pretty prime spot right now, and he's in a lot of stun where you can basically hit him with anything. If there's one move you think that's going to kill him here, what move do you think it is, and why do you think it's that?
Well, if he drops down a little bit, I could just nail him with a forward smash, and then
Yeah,
he's
no, totally.
DIing left.
Yeah, and he would be dead at 60% from the center of the stage, and you got it. Like that is
Yeah.
how you optimize your combos. And like when you're playing, it's hard because you have to be thinking about it a little bit proactively, right? Or like maybe you have to adjust accordingly. Um, at least at lower levels, this is how you should look at it because you
Hmm.
don't have a good frame for like, oh well, I think he's gonna hold in on this up air like the top of the stage. So like you just don't know that yet, right? Which is fine, but we start small, right? So like just from like
Yeah.
moves from the ground, if I think he's gonna hold to the left and I want to kill him here, I'm gonna go for a forward smash. But what we're doing here, another up tilt, fine. He's gonna get sent behind because now he's holding to the right. Okay, but like,
Mm.
and that makes sense. If he just kept holding in, you'd be able to rack up like 90 up tilts, right? So like, Marth is kind of weird like this in some
Yeah.
ways. Like the Fox and Falco sometimes make it a little easier to see, I think, because Marth has so much room for hitting multiple moves at the same time, right? Like there's a, let me see if I can find it real quick. Um, um, yeah, I can't find it, but there's a clip of Bobby Big Balls reacting to Kadoran, just spamming up tilt against I think Ginger once, just over and over. Ginger
Hmm.
gets hit by like 8 up tilts, but it's because Ginger is like so scared of going off stage, he's just holding in, and Kadoran's just hitting him. So Bobby is like, "Well, Marth is just so easy. This is so stupid. You can just spam up tilt." And there is a little bit of truth to that, right? Like you could hit, definitely just hit 3 up tilts in a row, and probably could have hit more,
Yeah.
but it's only because like here this is the reaction point of like, or the decision making point of like, okay, well, which way does he go? And the truth is you can kind of just do another up tilt and something good could happen either way, right? So it's
Yeah.
kind of why a lot of Marths just end up looking really scrubbies because they don't really get it at first, and they still get rewarded for it anyway. But moves like up tilt, up air, grab, forward, like all these moves that have a lot of stun and pop them up pretty good are really good ways to kind of think about that, right? If we look at other
Yeah.
characters, Sheik Dash Attack is a good example of that, or like Falcon Stomp, right? Or maybe Sheik Dash Attack more so. Like when you get hit by a dash attack with Sheik, you get popped straight up, right? And then now it's up
Yeah.
to the Sheik to be like, okay, well, am I going to do a basic combo that kills early, like dash attack into forward air? Like, are they going to DI out? Or do I think they're going to go, they'll hold in on the dash after the dash attack, thinking that I'm going to get forward air them, and maybe I'll go for something like a forward tilt or something and like start comboing them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like here, he didn't hold out, or he didn't hold left, and we only know that because of hindsight. Like at this point that's on the screen right now, you don't really know, right? So what could you have done to keep a combo going now that you know he's holding in towards you on this up tilt that you
Um,
just hit? Excuse me, just to clarify. Because your
yeah.
other up tilt you hit doesn't combo, right?
Yeah.
He gets sent out of
Yeah.
it.
It sends him way too far.
So what do we think we can
I
hit
guess
on this one now that we know he's holding to the right?
maybe I could hit a fair.
Yeah, that would work. I would say you could hit a fair. I would say you could even hit a neutral air. Neutral air normally sends really far out, but if he's holding,
Hmm.
if you hit him to the left here with the neutral air and he's holding to the right, that's going to pop him up, you know? So sure, yeah. You could hit him with a
Mm,
forward air. You could hit him with a neutral air. You could hit him with an up air. Up air, you're still going to get a combo, right? That's all we're trying to get now.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
why not?
true.
Any aerial, basically. Does that make sense?
Just not a back air.
Yeah, I mean, well, like maybe even you could if it's at the right percent, but probably not at this percent,
Yeah.
right? But
Hmm.
yeah, totally. Like you could maybe even try and hit a reverse back air. Um, but yeah, that is like that is how you could have extended your combo or killed in the same spot. You just happen to
Hmm.
pick the one thing that like he guessed right here, right? And he got out of the combo.
Yeah.
But that's how you make that adjustment. Oh, like he's holding
He
away
definitely
now.
has a much better awareness of DI than I do.
That's fine.
He really thinks about it. We talk about it.
You just got to get used to it, right? Like it
Yeah.
you got to start from somewhere.
Hmm.
Um, but let's keep it going. Let's see if you get a hit anywhere while he's at high percent still. That doesn't just kill him. Okay, so he DI'd to the left here on the neutral air,
Hmm.
right? So,
So you see there, like
yep.
he reads me very effectively. He knows I'm going to go for a grab. I go for like a really, I don't, I go for a really obvious grab, and he's so ready for it. He
Mm-hmm.
just jumps off the stage and back airs me, I think.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
down airs
Down
me.
air, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, one way you can avoid stuff like this, right? Let's talk about reacting, right? We kind of touched upon it a little bit, right? Do you think right now he's looking at you, or do you think he's looking at himself when you're in a spot like this where clearly are gonna like, not clearly, but like you are probably gonna go in on him because like he's stuck and hit, like he's knocked down, right?
Yeah, he's definitely looking at me.
I think so too, right? And why I think that matters is like he's able to make a decision pretty quick, right?
Yeah.
You can actually mathematically, like quote unquote, figure out at what point does someone react to a given point, right? It's harder to do in something like the replay viewer, but average human reaction time is like somewhere between 12 to 15 frames, right? And
Hmm.
you can hit the period button and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know, so they are probably around there when you started dashing, right? That's what he
Yeah.
reacted to. So why I think that's important is like you started dashing here, right? Why I'm bringing this up is because the only reason he's able to react, make a decision, and get out of there is because you start dashing from so far away.
Yeah.
Do you see where I'm getting from? So like
Yeah, for sure.
the reason why he's able to kind of make that intuitive feel is because he's just looking at you and reacting. And because you have to go so far of a distance to actually hit this grab, you're not going to get there in time, right? So in other words, you're committing to something from really far away. That's just going to make it easier for him to hit you, right?
Yeah.
If you were closer and did this dash, I don't think he'd get away in time. Even though both of you could, like, he could dash right now if he wanted to, but he doesn't. He actually waits quite a bit of time, right? I just hit the button a million times before you actually got there.
Hmm.
So when you go for, it's better, especially in this matchup where he has lasers to hit you with at any spacing and you have to use your sword to hit him. If you're at a faraway distance, it's best not to commit to anything, because you leave yourself open to something like a whiff punish, right? Like that.
Yeah.
And that's all that is. He just whiff punished you there. So that's nothing other than that. He didn't like interrupt you. He didn't, defend and run away. He kind of ran away a little bit, but like the idea is he let you miss that move, and he just landed on top of you and hit you with a down air. That being said,
Yep.
this is still a really good spot for you. So like I get why you go in here. You should have just waited a second, reacted what he did, which is go off stage and then cover that. But you just you covered it immediately, right? So that's kind of
I feel like he's thinking 2 steps, and I'm always thinking 1 step.
Yeah, a little bit. Like I don't think that was necessarily like a super thought out run off stage down air. I think it was more like, oh shit, he's coming here. Let me get out of here, right? And he's just playing defensive, right? I really don't think it's anything other than that. But there's an easy fix to that, right? It's just don't commit from that far away. And react to what he does instead. So, okay, back to DI mix-ups. Let's check it out. So you're doing a lot of neutral airs. So if you do neutral air as like your hit, it's only going to kill at this point because now he's at a high enough percent where you probably won't get anything, right? So a better move to throw out would be like a forward air maybe, or like a grab. So you get a grab here. Here the combo gets messed up because you hit it with a weak up air, right?
Yeah.
But really, like, what are you going to get off this combo this at that high of a spot, right?
Yeah, nothing.
Right?
That's what I mean. Yeah.
So I would
That's
say,
sort of what I was exactly trying to say before, where I get a grab and then I get a follow-up and I'm like, wait, what do I do?
yeah.
I don't get anything out of it.
So, okay, let's talk about it, right? He did no DI on the grab, right? He went straight up. Same thing as the up air, right? Grab is a move where you can influence any direction, or the Falco can influence any direction they're going to go, right? So, with that in mind, what do you think is a good move to hit him with here? Now that we're actually like watching back with hindsight kind of thing.
You mean after I threw him up?
Yep.
And he's so far. Maybe if I did like a full hop neutral air, it could work.
And why do you think that is?
I don't know.
I'm not trying to be like, I just want to clarify. I'm not trying to be like a douche or anything and, be like, and why do you think that is stupid? Like, I'm just trying to get an idea. This is our first time doing a lesson together. I'm just trying to get an idea of how you think. So why do you think neutral here is a good idea?
Well, he's at a pretty high percentage, and I think it would, if it connected, it would hit him. It would set up for an edge guard.
Yeah,
potentially.
I agree. Yeah, I think because he's right above you, it is awkward to hit a forward air. You probably could, but by the time you same thing as what we were talking about over here, where there's distance between the two of you, so it makes it easier for him to react if he keeps his eyes on you. I think if you're gonna back up here to try and actually you can't reasonably hit a good forward air here, like the one that sends straight out. You'll actually probably hit a reverse one, right? If you hit him with the top of your head. So you want to go back a little bit and then hit him, which that gives him time to react and hold a direction, right? Neutral air, I think, is actually pretty good. Yeah. Maybe not the most optimal thing at top level, but I'm not going to get into that. But I think you pretty much nailed it on the head. If you hit it and he DIs away, well, he'll just die. He's at such a high percent, right? But if he DIs in on it, at the very least, you're most likely to get an edge guard, right? Once you get to the sweet spot for Marth to get his combos and hit really devastating DI stuff is typically anytime at the earlier percents or the middle to high percent. So anywhere from 40 to 80 or 90, that's when Marth's combos are really devastating, right? His DI mix-ups. Once you get to the higher percents, 100 and above, it gets pretty tough. You start getting what people call Marthritis, right? Which is just, there's a pretty cut and dry way you DI Marth's moves and live them all, right? And then you kind of have to go for an edge guard to kill them. Marth doesn't have something like Fox up throw up air, which the up air is just going to kill no matter what, right? Marth almost always, he's a big DI mix-up character. Does that make sense? So I think you made the right call.
For sure.
I think neutral air is good. You could also argue that by the time you get up there, and you're a little slow jumping here, but whatever, not to over criticize.
Hmm.
I think if you don't throw it an up air here, I think you could actually just up B him.
You think so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I know so because I know the
You know
percents, but
so.
um, up B is an option, so you could pick between either up B or neutral air, right? Um, and the benefit is like, well, you want a DI. Uh, if you can mix them up with neutral air, right? Like I could drift forward a little bit, and then now all of a sudden the neutral air is going to send behind me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So maybe like I could do a neutral air in this spot and drift forward a little bit and mix him so that he's actually going to DI the wrong way. Like if he DIs in for the up B to live the up B, that's going to send him this way. If I do the neutral air, he could get sent the complete. So you have an option there. A little bit of a DI mix up, but it's not the best one.
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
So like yeah, whatever. You drop the combo.
I
That happens.
sometimes I'm afraid of doing the yeah, this is where I do that terrible edge guard.
Yeah.
But at least I got him in the end with the anyway. When I go for the up B, I often get the sour spot.
Yeah, yeah. That just means you were too close to them. Like you were like quite literally on top of them, inside them. I'll show
Yeah.
you real quick. There's a website, it may be helpful for you to check out. I don't know if you've heard of it. Literally just called meleeframedata.com.
Oh, I
Um,
didn't know that.
yeah,
That's
I'll link
cool.
it to you here. I'll link you the homepage so you can look at any character. But um, yep, there you go. So meleeframedata.com, really helpful because you can look at the hitboxes frame by frame, right? So if I let's look at Marth's up B.
Hmm.
When he starts the up B, see how like the strong, I mean, it's hard to tell which one is which. You'd have to use other websites or Uncle Punch for that. But do you see how there's one circle inside of him and then two circles here?
Yeah.
You're aiming for the two circles.
Okay.
And really, it's just one frame, but like you kind of start to get a feel for it where it's like you just aim to hit them. You want them to land here in front of you a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Um, if you ever get hit the weak hit, just means they got hit by this circle, basically. So you were too close. That's it.
Okay.
But yeah. So you have him off stage here. He dies. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna look at DI mix-ups. So I'm gonna skip the early percents where that's a little harder. Or actually, I think
Hmm.
he just kills you.
Yeah, he just kills me.
Yeah, but I would say, I mean, I don't want to, nitpick and choose every little small mistake that you make in a game because I don't think you're gonna actually learn from that, right? Like, you could go frame by frame and go down a total rabbit hole. I would
Yeah, no,
say,
that wouldn't help probably.
yeah, the stuff we talked about today will apply against every character that you play against. And it
Yeah.
is kind of up to you to kind of figure out or watch other players and be like, okay, this move probably can connect with this move if they DI here. And you don't have to have like a whole list and write it out. But generally speaking, the notes that I would have taken for this lesson, right? If you want to
Yeah.
watch it back or whatever, would be there are some moves where you have total control of DI, and there are other moves where you're basically forced into a direction, right?
Yeah.
The moves where and making them having to pick between those types of moves is what's hard in the game, right? Or what's scary to them. So when I'm talking
Yeah.
about I'm talking about like F smash versus forward air, right?
Yeah.
S smash is your kill move version of the move that always sends the right way. But forward air could even just be like a combo too, right? Like you could set up for the Ken combo. So the general rule for Marth, it's not a written rule anywhere. No one's going to say this like it's something every Marth player knows, but the vibe is anytime you can hit an up air, chances are you could probably mix their DI. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's enough stun by the time you go for an up air or like just stun on anything like a grab or an up tilt or whatever, that you could do something else. So most people, when they get hit by an up air, kind of like when we were seeing those Muta King combo videos, they'll likely just
Yeah.
DI into the center of the stage. So if you have time to hit an up air, maybe you could hit them with a move that forces them a certain way, and then you could you get something bigger from that. That's the whole thing to kind of get, if I had to put it in a nutshell, about DI
Yeah.
mix-ups. That's like the
Okay.
main way Marth is going to do it, at least.
Yeah, I fall into DI mix-ups, for example, against Fox players. If they up throw me, I have to guess if it's going to be an up air or back air.
Yeah, yeah, for
And
sure.
if I'm DIing the wrong way, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. Marth has a million of his own, right? They just
Yeah.
involve the sword. Um, you could even say the same thing about like Fox's neutral air. I think the example you gave is much stronger, but I'm just as another example, like uh Fox's neutral air, like if you just hold in on it a million, you're just gonna get hit by like 50 more neutral airs because that's all they have to do,
Yeah.
right? If you hold out on it and you're at a wrong percent, like you're off stage and then you're getting edge guarded by Fox, and that's no one wants to be there either. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, yours is just like an example of like a kill DI mix up, right? Whereas like this one I'm talking about is just more comboing. Um,
Yeah.
but that's basically the idea. So what I'd recommend, I mean, I'll stop the recording here, or actually, let me ask you first. I do this at the end of every lesson.
Uh-huh.
Any thoughts, last minute thoughts, questions? Could be unrelated, could be related, but just I
Well,
know it is usually typically a lot of me rambling versus you telling
no,
me how the
I
game
think
works.
I think this is a lot of good info.
Okay.
What was I going to say? Oh, I'm actually going to a tournament on Saturday in
Okay.
Portchester.
Cool. Nice.
And I'll see how I do. I mean, I expect to lose. I think I'm going to play a game and watch actually.
Okay.
A player called Binji.
Okay. Sure.
I've very little experience with that matchup, but
Okay.
anyway,
Well, I'll tell you a tip against
uh,
Game and Watch. He can't L
okay.
cancel. So shielding and grabbing against him, as long as you're not getting grabbed yourself, if you ever think he's gonna throw out a move and you shield it, pretty bad for him. You can
Hmm.
usually grab him or up B or up down air or forward air out of shield or whatever, right? It's a pretty
Good to
good
know.
strategy against Game and Watch for what it's worth.
Yeah.
And if you get a counter pick against him, go Yoshi Story. He can't sweet spot his up B on Yoshi Story, so that's also helpful.
Oh, also good to know.
Yeah. Yeah. But no thoughts about what we talked about today, about the dash stuff or the DI mix-ups or comboing or anything like that?
Oh, I don't know. It's a lot to take in. I think
No,
it'll
for
take
sure.
me a long time to try to internalize it, but it is something which I'm often. It's true. I'm not usually thinking. It's not at the forefront of my mind. Normally, when I'm
Hmm.
playing, uh, it's such a fast pace. I'm just trying to,
Keep up. Yeah.
yeah, just trying to keep up essentially. But it
Yeah.
is, I think, it is going to be useful as I try to like put together a stronger flow chart against, the different matchups in
Yeah.
the different matchups.
I think for what it's worth, I know it can seem intimidating right now, but kind of like I touched on earlier, it doesn't matter which skill tree you like develop, right? Like you could become a super defensive player in your neutral, you could become a super aggressive one. Like no matter what, you need to have a good punish game. That doesn't change, right?
Yeah,
So where you're dropping most of your punishes right now, this is going to help you against quite literally every character in the game, but also it's going to help you against players who are way better than you and way worse than you because you can practice this on all of them, right? Or at least see
yeah,
if, against the better players and why they're getting out of it. It might make more sense, you know? Um,
yeah, for sure.
so I can totally get that it might be like overwhelming. I still think it's something that you should consider. You can watch the radar video. Like I said, my opinion, and I know I kind of did the same, but it's just because we're talking about it a little bit more in depth. But like, my opinion is that radar over explains things at the beginning. So if a lot
Yeah.
of stuff isn't making sense to you when you're watching it, you can either message me, like, and again, like my DMs are open always, so just shoot me a message, or
Hmm.
gloss over it. Because like I said, I don't think he's necessarily known for it by the broader Melee scene, because most people who watch Melee on YouTube like to think they're like Melee scientists. They
Yeah.
love learning about the nitty gritty details, but I think it doesn't have to be super complicated, right? Like it is quite literally, we're just talking in and out here. And that is to me, when we were doing like the tests of like, what do you think you should do? Like you've said the right thing every time, right? So I know that
Hmm.
you get it. It's just a matter of trying to think about it while you're playing. And I think
Yeah, exactly.
hopefully I've given you a little bit of a idea on how to think about that while you're playing, if that makes sense. Um,
All right.
Cool.
Well, thank you very much, and I look forward to talking to you hopefully in the future
Of course, yeah, dude.
after I win this tournament.
Well, I would, if you win that tournament, going to your first tournament ever, you would blow my mind. I'll tell you right now.
No, no, Aklo's gonna be there.
Okay, yeah, no, sorry, no shot. I play
Yeah,
Aklo all the time. Him and I are actually good friends. So yeah,
yeah. No, I mean I see him around. I actually haven't spoken to him, but I see him around because I've been going to the stock exchange.
okay, cool. Yeah, go up and talk to him.
So
He's a normal
yeah,
guy. Like he's not like the top
yeah,
player celebrity. Like hit him up. He's a very nice
yeah.
dude.
He seems quite nice.
Yeah,
Just
for
from
sure.
observing him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, if you enjoyed it, let me know. I try and adapt my coaching style to everybody I work. Because like I said, my coaching style, I prefer to work with people and like help them develop as players. I'll be your Google bot if that's what you want, but that is not like what I advertise. Um,
Yeah.
so if you liked it, let me know. I also offer like lesson packages and things like that, not to shill or anything here. I'm gonna stop the recording here. Um,
Uh huh.